There's a version of Africa the world shows you. And then, there's the version it avoids. A story buried under silence, distorted by history, and hidden in plain sight. Some of these secrets were ignored, some deliberately erased. And one of them changes how you see the future of the entire world. Stay with me, because number one isn't just shocking, it explains everything. Welcome to Topping 10. Number 10, the knowledge they tried to forget. Buried beneath desert sands are hundreds of thousands of manuscripts, texts on astronomy, medicine, mathematics. Written centuries before Europe caught up. At the legendary Sankore University, scholars were mapping stars while others still feared them. So why don't we hear about this? Because acknowledging it would rewrite the narrative. And trust me, this is just the beginning. Number one will show you why this knowledge was never meant to spread. Number 9, the city they refused to believe. A massive stone city built with precision, without mortar. The ruins of Great Zimbabwe stood in plain sight, but for years, historians claimed it couldn't have been built by Africans. Not because of evidence, but because of belief. What happens when truth doesn't fit the story? It gets buried. And by the time we reach number 1, you'll understand why that keeps happening. Number 8, knowledge that shouldn't exist. The Dogon people knew about a star system invisible to the naked eye, Sirius B. A star modern science confirmed centuries later. No telescopes, no satellites. So how did they know? That question still has no comfortable answer. And it connects directly to the truth waiting at number 1. Number 7, the man too rich to be remembered. Mansa Musa had so much gold, he destabilized entire economies just by passing through. Think about that. One man affecting global markets centuries ago. Yet somehow, his name isn't common knowledge. Because if it was, it would challenge everything we think we know about power. And again, we're getting closer to the real reason. Number 6, the wealth you're not meant to think about. Africa holds a massive share of the world's most valuable resources. Gold, diamonds, oil, cobalt, materials that power your phone, your car, your entire life. So why doesn't that wealth reflect across the continent? Because this isn't just about resources, it's about control. And number 1 reveals who benefits from that silence. Number 5, the empire history dimmed. The kingdom of Kush built pyramids, ruled empires, and even conquered Egypt. Yes, conquered Egypt. But you rarely hear about them, because some histories are highlighted, and others quietly fade. But not here. And not before you hear number 1. Number 4, the beginning of everything. Every human story begins in Africa. Every civilization traces back here. This isn't opinion, it's fact. So why is Africa often portrayed as the end instead of the beginning? Because perspective shapes power, and number 1 flips that perspective completely. Number 3, lines that change lives forever. At the Berlin Conference, Africa was divided, not by its people, but by outsiders, drawing lines across a map. Cultures split, nations forced together, and the consequences still unfolding right now. But even this isn't the deepest layer. Number 2, the influence you already live with. From music to fashion, Africa shapes global culture. The rise of Afrobeats isn't just a trend, it's a takeover. But here's the twist. The influence is celebrated, while the source is often overlooked, and that contradiction leads directly to number 1. Number 1, the secret that changes everything. Here's the truth no one emphasizes enough. Africa isn't a continent of the past. It's the center of the future. The youngest population on Earth, the fastest growing cities, the next wave of global innovation. Everything you've heard before this point, the hidden knowledge, the erased history, the controlled resources, they all point here. Because if the world truly understood Africa's past, it would be impossible to ignore its future. Now you know what's been ignored. The question is, what will you do with it? Which of these shocked you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you're ready for more truths the world keeps quiet, subscribe to Topping 10. Because here, we don't just count down. We reveal what's been hidden all along.